All right, I believe we are live. Let me know if you can see me, hear me. Actually, you can't see me. You might see me behind the picture here. Let me know if you can hear me. That'll be a good start for us. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. A little different for a St. Patty's Day, I imagine, for you. Not quite what you expected from before, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy St. Patty's Day. Had a couple pictures share with us here. You know, our skeleton. Getting involved, seeing everybody. Got a few pictures here for you of him, though. We'll share some more a little bit later. Anyways, happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of our Q&A. This happens every week here on our YouTube channel, and we just like to welcome you here and join in. So, hey Scott. Hi Patrick. Loud and clear. Awesome. From Missoula, yes. Did you get to go, you were going to go to Old Chicago, I saw that last night. Was it closed or were you able to make it? No? So welcome. So we are, March 17th, St. Patty's Day. We are talking about the coronavirus. Surprise, surprise. It's out there. You guys are all well aware of it. I'll give you some updates that we have. Yes, Mr. Bones. Some updates that we've got here in the industry that are affecting us. You guys have anything that you would like to share? We would love for you to share it in the comments so that we can make sure that everybody else can see it as well. We want to make sure that you guys are well informed on what's going on with the coronavirus, and there's so much information coming across constantly that we're trying to keep you as updated as possible. Yes, I am wearing green. Right around. It's my Decker sweatshirt. It's kind of green. It's neon. You guys wearing your green? Okay, Eartham, good afternoon. 4-leaf, not yet. I was going to draw one on my hand so I was safe, but not yet. Everything was closed last night. Yep, in Montana. Everything has been closed with the coronavirus. I know that a lot of you guys are already well aware of that. They've been closing just a lot of places. Anywhere where there's 10 or more, they're suggesting you stay out of. Not necessarily closing yet, although I won't be surprised. A week ago I would have been surprised, but not anymore. However, the sporting events across the nation have been closed down, and there's not just sporting events, but I mean, you're just seeing one thing after the other. You know, if a sporting event is getting canceled, that it's crazy, right? The world is being affected. Yes. Hey, Jeremy, good to have you here. Lewis, good to have you here. It's how's it going to keep us truckers safe? We are doing our best. I'm hoping it gets even better for you guys because you are working your tails off, and we know that. We do want to say shout out a huge thank you to all of not only our Decker drivers, but all of the professional drivers out there that are doing their very, very best to take care of us and kind of bring the ease or provide for us while we're all frantic with what's going on. We do ask that you guys try not to panic. We're seeing less of that really in the trucking industry. I think personally, just because I think you guys adjust a little bit better than some of the rest of the world when it comes to some of the different industries, I guess, in handling changes. You guys are used to change. That's the thing about trucking. It's always changing, and so you're able to adjust a little bit more than a lot of the world and a lot of the rest of us. So that's good. But let's keep you in the loop. Let's fill you in on some of the things that's going on here. Scott says, yes, they're closing the casinos in Las Vegas. I heard that as well, absolutely. Anna says, my daughter's pleased about the longer spring break from school. Yeah, a lot of schools closed. I don't know about nationwide necessarily. I know all of Montana. I saw all of New York. A lot of states had closed. What's affecting some of our drivers is we were concerned about some of the rest stops. I had several drivers contact us yesterday saying that rest stops were closed. Well, we did some research. Tammy got back to us here shortly and not too long ago and gave us a more precise update on what really has been closed and what really hasn't. So I would like to address that first and foremost. actually, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for all of the work that you've done, the commitment, the dedication, everything to keep us rolling, the whole supply chain really moving forward in America in the state of this emergency, which is just almost unreal. Like it feels a little different, doesn't it? For the rest of you, I don't know, but it definitely does to me. So an update on these rest stops and whatnot. We did get a press release that we found earlier today. That's more for the truck stops and stuff. However, there was news as of this morning at 12:01 a.m. that the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the 360-mile long turnpike, they are closed. However, they have all the parking is open and available. So for those of you who were concerned about parking, you're still able to park there. You're still able to use that. They have brought in porta potties, but they've closed the facilities beyond that. So they've closed the rest stops, I guess, within Pennsylvania. There is an article out there. There was one on Freight Waves. There's one on Trucking News as well, saying that yes, they do have something available, porta potties and stuff for you guys there. Like I said, you guys are used to change. You're used to adapting. Thank goodness, because so many things have been put in place here in the last couple of days, not even week, but really the last couple of days, that everybody's had to adjust to and try to figure out other modes of communicating, other modes of getting the work done, getting the job done, and being able to provide for everybody. So it's amazing what you guys have been doing to keep everything moving. We appreciate it. I know that you guys have had to deal with additional paperwork. You're getting a lot more questions when you're coming into shippers or receivers and filling out more information on where you've been, how you're feeling, all of that. So you guys are doing a great job on that. Other things is they are telling us that if some of the shippers and receivers are saying that if you have been feeling sick or don't feel good, they're shutting you down for 2 weeks. You're having you not move for 2 weeks. So we'll give you an update on how we're handling it here in Decker in just a few minutes, because that's what we're going to address. But I do want to talk about the truck stop plazas. This was a major concern yesterday that I was getting from our Facebook Live, which, by the way, we do a Facebook Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central on our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTLink. Make sure that you follow us if you don't already, so that you know every time we go live. And then, of course, like I said here, we go on our YouTube every Tuesday at noon Central to go live. But the travel plazas, the truck stops, are open and serving nation's truck drivers. So this was a press release from Alexandria, Virginia, NATSO, representing the travel plaza and the truck stop industry. They issued the following statement today, confirming that its members remain open and they continue to serve the professional drivers who are transporting our supplies and goods in support of the COVID-19 coronavirus emergency relief. So travel centers and truck stops across the United States continue to provide food, fuel, and other essential amenities needed by our professional drivers, including showers, which was a big topic of discussion. Not only the showers, but the facilities themselves. Truck drivers are depending on the truck stops and travel centers as they deliver food and life-saving supplies. Our members are committed to doing their part during the nation's response to the emergency. This is from the NATSO President and CEO, Lisa Mullings. As the nation confronts the coronavirus outbreak, the country's travel plazas and truck stops are committed to remaining open and serving America's drivers. Fuel retailers are essential businesses that must remain open even if other non-essential businesses are forced to close. Very true. We are very thankful to hear that, because we were hearing conflicting information earlier. So that's a peace of mind right there. Travel centers are well positioned to serve the nation's hardworking professional drivers during this critical time. Although some states have ordered the closing of sit-down restaurants, which we're seeing, Patrick saw that yesterday. Patrick says, wow, so close the restrooms and rest areas and bring in porta potties. I don't see the logic in that. I don't either. Yeah, I don't get it. I do know that the reason they were closing them, the argument initially was because of having the staff and the staff to be able to clean the facilities. But again, the porta potties are going to need to be cleaned too. So I don't know.
Information that we've been given and I'll continue to provide here. But although some states have ordered the closing of sit-down restaurants, travel plazas, and truck stops, they do offer food options. So including some quick-serve food, healthy grab-and-go options. Even where restaurants are prohibited for offering sit-down table services, travel centers are converting those restaurants to allow for the takeout options. So some peace of mind there, because I was wondering how on earth you guys are going to be getting your own food to keep the rest of us alive and kicking, right? So in these difficult times, it is essential that the American people can count on the nation's professional truck drivers to continue delivering food and other essential products to communities throughout the country. This is from, once again, the president, the NAPSO president and CEO, Lisa Lawrence. The truck stop and travel center industry is committed to continuing to play the important role of feeding and fueling our truck drivers. We'll continue to give this information to you guys, but we just received this morning. This is the press release that came out. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. One of the major questions that was coming across, not so much on the travel plazas that I was seeing, but more on the rest stops. And there are rest stops here and there that are closed, whether it be for construction, whatever the reason might be. So if you would, just plan your day out, go and look into what truck stops along your route are open and what ones are not, so that you'll be able to better plan your day and get those locations or get your stuff in the meantime. So, looks like we're frozen. How come? We broke it. It's together. Alright. Maybe I'll put this out. We'll do that. There we go. That's better. We're frozen. It's no biggie. We adjust, right? Alright. So, so Pennsylvania is the only state as of right now that is that 360 mile long. Yep, I'm frozen. I'm trying to fix it. I'm messing with the camera. But yeah, the only one as of right now that is not providing truck stops. Okay. Other than that, Ohio, neighboring state, they're fine. They've got open truck stops, rest stops. So those are fine. Trying to be specific since that was really. Jeremy goes, can we wear the big yellow suits? Well, the hazmat suits. I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna have to or not. From IMTA, so that was the information that IMTA sent us when we asked about the truck stops and the rest areas and stuff like that. So, all right, a couple of questions with the hours of service, since that was another topic of discussion yesterday, and I want to make sure that everybody is well aware of how that may or may not affect us. Before we go into any of the details that was actually released through the IMTA and some of the other through FMCSA, I do want to make sure that you know, for Decker, all of our professional drivers, if you are on a load that qualifies for this relaxation, the changes in regulations, temporary changes in regulations for the hours of service, you will be notified individually. So your fleet manager and yourself as the professional driver will be notified specifically on that load, and it only applies to that load. So I'm frozen again. Goodness gracious. Patrick says, I certainly hope management at the truck stops are able to authorize extra manpower in order to do what they said they would, which is to focus on ensuring the cleanliness of their facilities. Absolutely. And they are working hard on it. Whether or not they'll be able to continue with the manpower, we'll see, as others may become contagious or may catch the virus, the coronavirus, with COVID-19 or not. We're not sure. Jeremy says, I'm from Louisiana and the count jumped up to 169. So yeah, it's jumping. We're keeping an eye on that for the number of deaths as well as the number of individuals who have tested positive. So let's address the hours of service right out of the gate here. So these are certain questions that have been asked and that have been answered by the IMTA, the FMCSA as well. Again, this is the emergency declaration, the questions and answers that they're providing for us. The emergency declaration states that if grants relief from certain parts of the regulations, parts of 390, 399, what parts not exempted under the declaration. So basically, what changes are not being changed, I guess. What has not been changed within the FMCSA? The drug and alcohol testing has not been changed. It's still staying the same. You still have to be free and clear of all the controlled substances, and any controlled substance and alcohol testing will continue. Commercial driver's license requirements, that is going to be consistent. That is going to be the same as the insurance requirements. Hazardous material regulations, that's what I was trying to say. And of course, size and weight. Now, I did see somewhere that size and weight in one state was, there were some exceptions, but within FMCSA, size and weight are not adjustable. Those are still within the same guidelines, same regulations as before. Nothing has changed there. The only thing that has changed is hours of service, and that is for those specific loads that are providing the relief. So this continues to answer questions that we get. We haul, a certain provider asked you, hey, we haul medical supplies for customers. Are we able to use an emergency exemption? Now, listen carefully, because yes, if we're hauling medical supplies, it can. However, if this is a routine haul, then no, it won't. So the answer given was, if medical supplies are related to the testing, diagnosis, and treatment of the COVID-19, you'll be able to utilize the hours of service exemption. Only though if it is related to the testing, diagnosis, or treatment of COVID-19. If the shipment is a routine shipment or is part of a mixed load of emergency and non-emergency supplies, the exemption does not apply. It is not applicable. Again, another question. We transport food, supplies, and groceries around the Midwest. Are we able to use the hour of service exemption during the emergency? The answer to this was yes. The emergency declaration grants relief for hours of service regulations. Again, it's for the relief. So drivers delivering relief products such as food, sanitary supplies, medical supplies, etc., yes, are exempt from the hours of service regulations during this time. As with any hours of service exemption, drivers are not allowed to drive once they have informed the carrier that they are tired. So if you've informed your company that you're tired, you can't drive anymore. You have to take a 10-hour break. Absolutely have to take a 10-hour break. We don't want you guys getting more money. This is to help provide the nation with the resources that they need. However, that doesn't mean that we need to put you or anybody else in jeopardy in order to get these things to the rest of us. So your health is very important. We ask that you continue to take care of it by getting the proper rest, and really getting the proper rest is detrimental to somebody's health. So yours, anyways. So make sure that you're getting your nice sleep and that you're taking time out of breaks that are really required. In utilizing the hours of service exemption to restock our stores, we plan on limiting drivers to 14 days and 10-hour breaks. This is a specific company. We're wondering if they're, by using them 6 or 7 days per week rather than the 4 to 5 that they usually do. They want to know if they can really do that until the stores are restocked. The answer was yes, it totally makes sense in coming up with a plan like that, ensuring that your drivers need, but however they need to take a 10-hour rest. So again, and that's until they can reach the stores. How do we log these logs on ELD when we're using the exemption? The ELDs, they'll document, obviously you'll just continue to use the ELDs Document all the time spent driving and on duty not driving. And in these situations, the driver should also note in the logs where the comment section is that you'll be using the exemption at that time. So I don't think I'm missing any comments here, but you guys feel free to come in. I just would rather you answer any questions because I'm assuming that if you have the questions or somebody else, so I will make sure that we're answering those as well. What situation should we What situations should we be aware of concerning hours of service that might get us in trouble? Drivers can use the exemption while transporting the included relief supplies. Carriers and drivers should be cautious, however, to ensure that they are compliant once they are no longer transporting the emergency supplies. So once you, remember how I mentioned that it's only per load. So once you have completed that load, the normal hours of service apply. So once you're no longer hauling those supplies, you move back to picking up another load of emergency supplies, then you're again subject to all those regulations. Do I have to take a 34-hour restart at the end of the week if I'm using the hours of service exemption? No, drivers that are exempt from the hours of service regulations when transporting the emergency relief supplies. So the 34-hour restart, it's not necessary. It's normally an option anyway, so it's just an option. The key is that a fatigued driver should not be driving. So again, they're emphasizing to not drive during the final break. No other, the IRO will continue to honor the FMCSA. Again, this is from the IMTA that was provided to us. Truck parking, that was the topic of discussion yesterday, or became the topic of discussion yesterday, and for some of our professional drivers that were, again, noticing that some of the rest stops were closed, but according to the press release as of today, it was just Pennsylvania that shut that down. Okay. Let's see. Awesome. Excellent. All right. So let's address. Sorry, you guys. I'm not sure why my screen is giving me, my camera is giving me such a hard time today, but it is. So we'll try and fix it again. In the meantime, again, we just want to thank you guys, all of you guys, not just our DECA professional drivers, but all of those professional drivers right there, for the commitment, the dedication, everything to keeping that supply chain, this supply chain moving through the America. Jeremy says, we start doing hazard pay, and we start the win-win. Is that what you're going for? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Things keep changing, so we'll continue to update you as they come along, as they change. Really, we're all learning new things every day on this, so we're constantly looking every day, every hour, right? So this is a note that was sent out. We emailed it out to you yesterday. We discussed it on our Facebook Live yesterday as well. It will be on our Facebook page. Links to it, you can also find it on our blog. But just as a reminder for the precautionary measures on what you should be doing, you're the lifeline of society as a professional driver. And it is critical for all of us to work together through operations throughout the whole supply chain and to meet the needs of the public, to keep them safe, and to do it in a safe and efficient manner, which could be a challenge of itself. So we're trying to do our very best for the communities, the businesses, the world at large right now. And if you have more questions, I know most of us have more questions than answers as it is right now anyway, but we want to make sure that we're ensuring you as our DECA professional drivers that we are committed to staying on top of this for you, being able to serve you, being able to serve our customers, and make sure that you know that you've got our support flat out, we appreciate you. We can't even say that enough for all the work that you guys have put out to make this happen. So, a reminder though, you do need to make some precautionary measures. I've got hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes everywhere I'm going. Make sure that you have got these on your truck, because every time you come out of a truck stop or a rest area or a shipper or receiver, we do want to make sure that you are staying healthy. So we're monitoring the 2019, the novel, the coronavirus, the COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, this outbreak. And we are committed to doing our best to take care of you. But we do ask that you take care of yourselves as well. So practice some social distancing. That doesn't mean that you need to lack in any type of communication. You still know that you need to have the communication out there, whether it be the shipper, the receiver, or your driver manager. This is our way of keeping you updated and communicating with you. Obviously, when it's through video, the social distancing isn't a problem. Not all of your communications will be able to go like this. So use your Qualcomm unit. Use the communications that they're providing on the shippers and receivers. You do have your CB units in the truck as well, which is quite handy, and there are a lot of customers do require those. Make sure that you're washing your hands with soap, and you're doing it often. So whether it's antibacterial or not, make sure that you are washing your hands. Anna says, sing the alphabet song. 20 seconds. Washing your hands, fingernails, underneath your fingernails, in between your fingers, up to your wrists. You're washing them all together. Disinfectant wipes, so that we're sanitizing with disinfectant wipes as well. If you sneeze or cough, use your elbow, your shirt. Now that I say that, now I'm going to have to sneeze. And so use your elbow, use your shirt, use a tissue. Try not to touch anything, try not to touch your face, which is probably the hardest thing for me. If you feel sick, if you feel drowsy, take some time to rest. Follow those steps. So what do you do if you're feeling like you've been exposed to the coronavirus, or if you feel like you've been sick? Do I miss a comment here? Jeremy says, do you all fish in the pond at Fort Dodge? No, I don't. Not that I know, but there's little ducks that get there every once in a while. If you think about, whether or not you're exposed to the virus, if you think you have been, or wonder if you have been, these are some of the directives that we've been given to abide by. First off, call or email the teledoctor service, or the telehealth, teledoctor, telemedical, your primary care physician. So MeMD is available to our professional drivers here at Denver. If you're on the insurance plan, it's part of it. If you're not, it's $67 for the teledoctor MeMD. And make sure that you're reaching out to them first before you do anything. Do not go to the emergency rooms. They're probably not even going to be equipped for this kind of stuff. Sounds strange, but don't. Avoid it, okay? Unless advised by a teleprofessional or a physician. So they've got the screening process with the teledoctors. Use them, and they'll help to determine if you need to go to a designated spot for this testing to determine if yes, you have the virus, or no, if you don't. So they're not advising everyone to go to the emergency rooms. They're absolutely not, because they're, like I said, they're not equipped with it. They're equipped for the testing for the virus. They're not equipped with the professionals that they need. They don't have enough manpower. And we don't want you going to the emergency room getting exposed to something that you wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise. So that telehealth, or the EMD, the teledoctor, they're going to be basically saving grace there for you to help protect you from that. You can call from your phone, you can call from your truck, you can get the app on your phone, but get the app on your phone, either your iPhone or your Android, so that you're not going to deal with that. Call MeMD. It's 855-636-6333. Oh, I lied. Let me try again. 855-636-3669. There you go. That's the correct one. Yes, Decker Health Plan, it's no charge. If you're not on the Decker Health Plan, then it's $67. What else can I tell you? Andy's answering the fishing question on that. I don't know if he saw that. We do offer them the MD though. That's the telehealth option, making sure that's for all of our employees on the health plan. If you have questions about it, if you want to talk to Andrea, who is our health benefits coordinator, you can get a hold of her at extension 2350. You can also contact our HR, Courtney, at 2340 for any questions on that. So if you're experiencing any symptoms of the COVID-19 coronavirus, then you can reach out to the MD provider from anywhere. Like I said, from your truck, from your home, you, your family. Seeing the MD provider from your truck or your home, it will help avoid all of those waiting rooms, avoid some of those emergency rooms where people are already exposed or possibly exposed. More germs are easily spread. So avoiding that altogether. If the MD doctor does recommend that you go and you get tested, care instructions will at that moment, at that time, they'll be provided to you from the MD, the care coordinator, who will help you find the testing facility closest to you, because that's another thing that they're going to have all that information available, is giving that information to you based off of where you're currently located, which is nice and sort of on the street. There's no moving around, they have that info for you. Now the CDC will cover the cost of the diagnostic test, the test itself for the COVID-19. However, make sure that you are well aware that the facility or the hospital charges, those can still occur. So they'll still apply to the members, the deductible will be out of pocket, that kind of thing is still going to apply. CDC does state that only the sickest patients, so those, for the most part, those are the younger and the older individuals, or those who have underlying medical issues already, are the ones that they're suggesting to come in and see in person, in the office. So any underlying ailments, those are the ones with higher risk factors that they actually want in the cancer. So the majority of the people without any additional risk factors, this EMD is going to be a great alternative for you. So if you're using travel or medical ailments, those put you at a risk factor. And then you'll be able to recover at home. And honestly, for those who may even have it, if you diagnose it early enough, you'll be able to recover at home. You won't even need any of that testing. Let's see. Yes, it is important to go to do this now before you need a doctor. If you did not receive it or cannot find your login, get a hold of, yes, then you can go to the local. Sorry, I was trying to read this. I kept moving on the app. 855-636-3669. Logic payback. All Pennsylvania rest areas are closed effective immediately. Yes, along the 360-mile. The whole route, whole kit and caboodle. The turnpike here, it's all shut down. Tony says Oregon has a couple of rest stops closed as well. They do, and most of that is because of manpower, but not all of them have been closed. At least no press release confirming that yet. We've been trying to keep our eyes on the ball to determine if that is the fact, because after yesterday when we had several people telling us about Illinois and a few other areas that they were seeing shutdowns, we started moving to Europe. So Tammy came back with Pennsylvania is the only one currently that they're all currently closed. New Jersey's another one that a lot of them are closed on as well. Minimal travel, of course, in most areas. Now, if you call the MD and they determine that, yes, you need additional testing, so these are the additional steps. You need to follow the instructions immediately, and you cannot be allowed to work until your tests come back negative. So until you get a negative test result, then you have to stay, relax, get some rest, feel better. If the test is positive, then you must be required to self-quarantine, okay? So at that point, you're going to have to self-quarantine. You may not return to work until it is cleared by a doctor, which is, I believe, at least 2 weeks. So for professional drivers, that means you're going to be self-quarantine in your truck, or at home, wherever it is that you're at the time. If the test is negative, you can return to work as soon as you're feeling physically able. Don't wear yourself down, guys. It is important, because if you are worn down and you're not getting the rest that you need, if you still aren't feeling good, even if you do test negative, but you're still feeling that worn down, you're more likely to get sick and get another virus, possibly even this. So make sure that you're getting the sleep that you need, all right? Now, for if you're testing, or if testing, I guess, is not recommended, but if you're still feeling sick or symptomatic, you still need to self-isolate until the symptoms improve, or if you are fever-free for a minimum of 24 hours. A minimum of 24 hours without a fever and without having to medically take care of a fever. So ibuprofen, Tylenol, anything like that. If you've been taking that in the last 24 hours, and that's the only reason you don't have a fever, then it has to be without any medication. Who says we got to check in with this shipper? Be safe. Thanks, Jesse and Anna, for the information. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Please be careful. I get most of my company news from you guys. Well, good. Hopefully this continues to provide you information. Helpful information. I guess that's the important part. Jeremy's bummed because we're going to go fishing back to fun. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What else am I saying? If you're not sick but you believe you've been exposed, call an MD. All right, call your primary care physician. Make sure that you're taking the steps to determine whether or not you need additional testing. All right, EMD, one more time. I'm going to throw this number out you again, hopefully correctly. 855-636-3669. That's EMD. Remember, it's $67 if you don't already have the program, or if you're not under the health insurance. If you are, it is no additional charge. So there you go. If you have questions and you want to stay up to date on the COVID-19, I'm going to plop this in here and hopefully you can read it. Hang on. We're going to put that address here for the CDC. I don't know if you saw it at all, you know. CDC.gov, coronavirus. 2019. Gosh. Here you go. Can you read that? Awesome. Okay. There you have it. That'll keep you up to date on anything, at least with the virus itself. Now, with the additional information, that's what we'll do our very best to provide to you here. Also, in response to the FMCSA and hours of service, just as a reminder for the coronavirus assistance, you need to operate as normal in compliance with the hours of service regulations. Like I said at the beginning, if we have a load that meets the criteria, then our drivers will be notified directly. So, so if we have a load that meets the criteria for the waiver of the regulations under the emergency declaration, you will most definitely be notified. Specifically, you will be notified. And that was it on that. You've also, like I said, we sent an email out to you last night actually. Attached was not only some of that information on how to maintain safe distance, but also a couple of documents as a reminder. You've got the EMD contact information. This is just going to give you a little bit more detail on the EMD, what it's all about, and how it can work for you. It's prettier because there's no color, but I didn't print that out in color. So again, 855-636-3669. That's going to help you out. It's the next best thing to seeing the doctor in person, and it's actually better in this case because you're not putting yourself in jeopardy of exposing yourself to some germs that nobody wants. Give them a holler, the plan code and everything. You can contact the HR department. Again, you can go to Courtney at extension 2340 or our benefits coordinator at 2350. Amber also has that. But if you check your email, all that information is there. So your plan code, the plan password, whatever you want to call it, is right there in there. So you don't have to contact them if you don't want to, or if you've got other things going on, or it's after hours and you can't reach them. no worries. The plan, the information is in your email. If you don't see it in your main inbox, check your spam, because it does have the attachments to it. Okie dokie. Also on here was your 5 ways to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 in your workplace. Sent this out last week too. The take 5, is that what it is? Take 5, stop, take 5. But use these. These are handy little things. If you cannot find these, get Clorox bleach, get something like that, and some paper towels, soak them in something like this, and use that itself, a little bit of water in it. That'll take the place of these, and basically what these are. But if you're having troubles finding these, let us know. You can also stop at in the shops, and we should have access for you guys as well. These are recommended measures to help prevent the spread of the infection. Not only disinfection is virus, but a lot of other things. So colds, flus, stomach bugs, protect yourself, protect your coworkers, protect everybody on the docks. So I'm not sure the rest of the community, right? Keep your workspace clean. That means for those of you in the truck, wipe down your truck. Who was telling me yesterday that they come in, they'll go run into the truck stop. As soon as they get there, they're washing everything down themselves, their steering wheel, the truck all together. Doing that here at on the desks and stuff as well. Documents, washing your hands, washing for at least 20 seconds. Anna thinks that you should sing the alphabet, or happy birthday. And washing for 20 seconds with soap and water, all the way to your fingernails, between your fingers, all the way up your wrists, making sure that you're washing everything. Especially if you don't have a sleeve and you're sneezing in, get up there and watch that. Make sure you're staying clean. Stay at home if you're sick, or stay in the truck so that you're well rested. You know, of course, depending on where you're at. Hours of service, making sure that you're getting the rest when you need to. Practice good respiratory hygiene. Using tissue, popping, like I said, popping throwing garbage away. We've got the Clean Truck Initiative. Clean your truck and get all those germs out of there. Open the windows, get your windows, you know, if you're going down the road, get some fresh air in there. We don't want you to spread the germs with everybody else, so if you're at home and you're sick or somebody else is sick, close that door to the rest of the house, I guess, you know, kind of keep yourself self-isolated, self-quarantined. But get a window open, get some of that air moving through there. And then, of course, visit MD COVID-19, MD/COVID-19 for more details. Jeremy says, Miss Anna, I tried counseling and it doesn't work what fishing does. You know, it does, doesn't it? You know, just kind of reflecting on life itself. Jeremy. Oh, I love it. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever on any of the information that we provided for you today? I know I read a lot of it, but with the press releases that are coming out, I wanted to make sure that the information was quite accurate for you. I wanted it totally accurate, but I wanted to make sure that you had it. So again, as a reminder for the hours of service, at least here at Decker, when it comes to the hours of service, we will notify you if your load is going to be affected or going to allow you that ease in hours for the declaration, the CSA emergency declaration applies. Otherwise, run as normal, and we don't need to make any changes or anything like that, but we'll let you know if in fact you will. Keep watching our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTL Inc. We constantly give you more updates as we get them. We don't want you to fall behind on what's going on out there. Check your email because, like I said, you'll have these documents as well as the passcode for the MD if you already have it, and we'll keep you updated. So, Pennsylvania, the rest stops are shut down in PA. So please make sure that you're finding other alternatives. Now, the fact that they're shut down those are just the main facilities, the main buildings themselves. There are still porta potties that have been delivered and set up at those, at several of those truck stops. So I know that a couple people mentioned some truck stops were blocked off and weren't being used. To the best of our knowledge and everything that we've been looking on with FMCSA, with the press releases that are out there, we've done some homework to make sure that you guys are in fact able to stop at some of these places. And these baby turnpike is one of them that's coming up. Some of them have been closed early, I've been told, but when it comes to the news, those are the only ones that we were able to confirm that were in fact shut down. What else did I want to tell you about that? Oh, the truck stops. Yes, yes, yes. Now the truck stops, they are providing alternatives for you guys because a lot of the restaurants at the truck stops were shut down. They're not allowing people to come in and sit down. However, they're offering takeout. So for delivery, for those who are forced to close down because of this state of proclamation, they are offering delivery for our professional drivers. And we want to make sure that you guys are fed and taken care of yourselves as you're taking care of the rest of us. So we do think the minutes for doing that, making sure that you guys are taken care of. Yes, plan ahead. They do have some different alternatives at some of those truck stops too. With some couple of alternatives. Getting better next year. Now, if you want some information on what's available here at Decker for driving positions, you can get a hold of us directly at 888-668-0698 or drivedecker.com. But for more information on the COVID-19, you can stay here with us and we'll continue to update you as they come along. And of course, checking with the CDC. Anna said that would be a great idea. That was not a good So, excellent. All right. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. And I know that this is top of mind right now and everybody is discussing it. We just want to make sure that the information that we're providing is accurate. So we'll continue to do our research and make sure that all the information coming down the pipeline is accurate for you and staying up to date. If you have questions and you want to know the answers, would you please reach out to me so that I can find them for you. You can reach out to us at facebook.com/DTL Inc. and ask us directly. Send us a picture of where you're at, where the truck's at, and show us a little sunshine in this kind of dreary atmosphere that everybody's seeing with the coronavirus and the topic of discussion here in Minnesota. Alright? Send it our way. We want to see it. Oh, speaking of seeing it, let's see. Where is Mr. Bones? Mr. Bones? What's that movie? I can't think what it is. Anna, do you know? You're good with this. Tell me. Here's Mr. Bones. Got a couple pictures. My light screen. I love it. What I should do, actually, let me get you something. Hang tight. I want to show a couple of pictures. Since we were kind enough, we were supplied with these pictures. I should probably pull them out, right? Let's see. Where did I put them? This is our Mr. Bones. We kind of celebrate St. Patty's Day. How many of you guys had your corned beef and cabbage today? I had it this weekend. I want to make sure I had it, so I have to make it this weekend. But it's a great option for on the truck. I mean, you're going to have a very strong smelling truck for a few days, but it'll also feed you for a few days. Put it in the crock pot, put it in the morning, and have yourself set up for the rest of the day, or the rest of the week, probably. Right? Alright, where are the pictures at? Here's some good ones. See if you can see it. Here's Mr. Bones. Mr. facial expression. Alright, there's Mr. Bones. Okay. What else am I missing? Mr. Bones. This is the one, by the way. I know it was supposed to be here yesterday. Easy, I think. What time did you say to stop unloading? I love these. The time that it takes to do this is awesome. The guy inside says you would have told me. I love you. Oh, I love it. I'm so glad you guys share these pictures with us. If not, it entertains me. I really, really enjoy them. So, you can send the pics, Jeremy, you can send the pics to facebook.com/DTL. DTL. Here, I'll put it in there. There we go. Louisiana is a sportsman and woman paradise in the office town. Oh, you know what? I'm in Montana. Well, that's the paradise right there. And it's not even blizzarding now, which is a first for a few days. Sunny. Can you see the sun down? I like it. Alright. Stay healthy. Stay healthy, loving wives, you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being here and appreciate everything you do for us. Alright, cool beans. I will see you next week here on our YouTube channel and next Monday. Okie dokie. Be safe, you guys.